ask for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming after Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really effective.
Beyoncé is crying, literally, emotionally, and now publicly, because a devastating truth she tried to ignore, tried to bury deep beneath the surface, has finally exploded into the open. And this isn't just some clickbait headline or a whisper in the tabloids. No, this time it's real, it's legal, and it's shaking the very foundation of the Carter empire. Jay-Z, the billionaire mogul, music icon, and the man Beyoncé has stood beside through every scandal and spotlight, has just been legally confirmed as the biological father of Rymir Satterthwaite, a man who has spent years fighting for recognition while the world looked away. And now, after a brutal, drawn-out legal war, the truth is officially on record.
The Beyoncé thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp, and she said something, supposedly, this is all hearsay, about regarding saying Rymir needs to go away little boy, something to that effect. It was something out there. But yeah, people were saying that she's a big part of the problem for him, and some of the things that she was doing, a woman would not, she would have some sort of role in what her husband does. And if she was secure with herself and with the situation, not saying you gotta like it, she would help her husband handle it.
The DNA tests, court decisions, the silence from Jay-Z that has finally been shattered. It's all real. And right in the middle of this storm stands Beyoncé, not just as a wife, but as a woman who gave everything to preserve a perfect image, to protect her family, to keep the cracks hidden from the public eye. Now that image is shattered, and the pain is no longer private. It's raw, it's public, it's heartbreak in real time. For years, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have been the golden couple, the standard of black excellence, love, and power. From Crazy in Love to On the Run, they built a brand bigger than just music. It was legacy. But now, that legacy is under fire because this revelation doesn't just impact their marriage, it rewrites the past. And as the world watches, one question burns through every headline. How long did Beyoncé know? Stay tuned, cause this story is only just beginning. For years, whispers of Jay-Z fathering a secret child have been circulating. Rymir Satterthwaite came forward over a decade ago, claiming that he was the son of Jay-Z, born from a brief relationship Jay allegedly had with Rymir's mother, Wanda. At the time, Jay-Z denied it, dismissing the allegations, refusing to take a paternity test, and using every legal maneuver to block investigations. But Rymir never backed down. He wasn't looking for money. He just wanted the truth, his identity, and his father to finally acknowledge him. Now, after more than 10 years of being ignored, discredited, and dismissed,
I wouldn't know how he's feeling. Like, I would hope he would think about it and this would be in his mind, but I wouldn't actually know what another person is feeling at this time. You just can think that this person knows and thinking about it and stuff like that. I really want to know how that. So my mom did tell me she went in there and filed a fraternity test, and it just, basically I could say it was a whole lot of running around with that case. It was a whole lot of things that wasn't, what can I say, we didn't have enough information to push the case. That's what I basically can say. We didn't have enough information to keep the case going. So it was a big case to me because, I really wanted to find out who my father was.
The court has ruled that Rymir is indeed Jay-Z's biological son. This shocking verdict hit the public like a thunderbolt, but behind closed doors, it sent Beyoncé spiraling emotionally. According to insiders close to the couple, Beyoncé was blindsided by the ruling. Even though she had known about the allegations for years, she never imagined they'd actually be proven true. Jay-Z had assured her it was nonsense. He told her not to worry, that the boy was lying, that it was just another attempt to destroy what they built. And now everything feels like a lie. This isn't just a scandal, it's a betrayal of the highest level. Beyoncé stood by Jay-Z through cheating scandals, elevator fights, and public embarrassment. She turned her pain into art, remember Lemonade, and still chose to stay. But this is different. This is about a child, a life, a truth that Jay-Z apparently refused to confront for years. And now that it's out in the open, the trust between them has shattered.
These people tried to reach out to you to maybe like squash you from doing these?
I mean, I wouldn't say they trying to stop it, but they definitely don't want it out there. I would say that. It's crazy to me. You know, I'm not asking for no money or nothing. I'm not asking for no handouts or nothing like that. I work every day. I take care of my family. Only thing I'm asking for, if it's not the truth and there's nothing wrong with the Supreme Court, like, you know, just get it over with.
Yeah,
get it over with.
Yeah,
Insiders say Beyoncé was seen crying after the ruling. Not just one emotional moment, but a full-on emotional breakdown. Friends close to her say she feels humiliated, betrayed, and broken. After building a family with Jay-Z, after protecting their legacy with all her might, she now has to share her husband's narrative with a child he pretended didn't exist. Rymir, now in his late 20s, has spoken out with dignity. He says he never wanted to cause harm, only to know the truth about his origins. He says he just wanted acknowledgement, and now that the court has ruled in his favor, he feels vindicated. But the real emotional toll is on the Carter household. The Buzz Loop has been tracking every twist of this story from the beginning, and the latest developments prove this is more than just celebrity gossip. It's a real-life drama with lifelong consequences. Court ruling has forced Jay-Z to confront the past he tried to bury. For years, he maintained an image of control, respect, and fatherhood. He's a father to 3 children with Beyoncé, Blue Ivy, Rumi, and Sir. But now, the world knows there's a 4th child, one he never publicly acknowledged. And the internet is buzzing. Fans are furious. Critics are calling him a hypocrite. Social media is on fire, and the Buzz Loop is hearing everything. Some fans have stood by Beyoncé, praising her strength. Comments are flooding in like, Queen Bee deserves better. She stayed loyal and this is what she gets? And Jay-Z played with fire, and now the world's watching it burn. Others are demanding accountability. If this was the other way around, people would tear Beyoncé apart, one commenter wrote. Jay-Z needs to face this like a man. And what about the children? Blue Ivy is old enough to understand headlines. What does it feel like to learn your father has another child who was kept in the shadows all these years? How does it affect the image of the perfect family Beyoncé fought so hard to portray? These questions are now echoing in every corner of the entertainment world. Even Beyoncé's mother, Tina Knowles, is said to be furious. According to insiders, Tina had always supported Jay-Z even when things got rocky, but this was a betrayal that she could not overlook. Sources close to the family say Beyoncé's entire inner circle is in damage control mode, not just for public image, but for Beyoncé's emotional well-being. This has rocked her to her core. Jay-Z, meanwhile, has remained silent. Not a single public statement, not a single acknowledgement, but his silence speaks volumes. For someone who always controlled the narrative, who built an empire out of authenticity and street credibility, this silence feels more like guilt than dignity. The Buzz Loop is watching closely because we know a statement is coming. It has to. Jay-Z can't ignore this forever. Some sources say Beyoncé is considering a separation, at least temporarily. She's reportedly taking time to reevaluate everything, not just her marriage, but her career, her brand, and her family life. Friends say she feels foolish for trusting Jay-Z blindly and may no longer be willing to carry the burden of his mistakes. Fans of the Buzz Loop may remember that this isn't the first time Beyoncé's world has been shaken. The infamous elevator incident with Solange was a precursor to the Lemonade album, where she bared her soul and turned pain into power. But this time, there's no album. There's no music video. There's only silence, heartbreak, and confusion. Meanwhile, Rymir is becoming a symbol for those who've been denied identity and justice. His story is resonating with millions. People are praising his persistence, his patience, and his refusal to be silenced. For years, he fought alone. Now the world is finally listening. It's ironic, isn't it? Jay-Z, a man who built a legacy on being real and raw, refused to face a simple truth, and in doing so, he may have cost himself the respect of the very woman who helped make him an icon. Beyoncé didn't just stand next to Jay-Z, she elevated him. She covered for him, protected him, forgave him. But now, her tears are falling, and the kingdom they built is beginning to crumble. As the Buzz Loop continues to monitor the fallout, one thing is certain: this story is far from over. Beyoncé has always been known for rising from the ashes. Maybe she'll do it again. Maybe this pain will fuel another era of unmatched music. Or maybe this time the damage is too deep. The world is watching, the fans are waiting, and Jay-Z, he can no longer hide behind silence. silence, lawyers, or fame. A son is now legally his, a wife is now broken, and the truth is now public. So what happens next? Will Beyoncé stay or walk away? Will Jay-Z finally speak up? Will Rymir be welcomed, ignored, or erased again? Only time will tell. But here at the Buzz Loop, we'll be here, uncovering every twist, every tear, and every truth. Because this isn't just a celebrity story, it's a human one filled with heartbreak, betrayal, and the raw, messy truth of fame and family. And now we turn to you. What do you think? Should Beyoncé forgive him again? Should she protect her peace and walk away for good? How would you react if your partner hid a child from you for over a decade? Let us know in the comments, because your voice matters here at the Buzz Loop, where the truth always comes to light.